The stars' holiday films then and now. Welcome everyone to Entertainment Tonight.
Let's start with our buddy Will Ferrell. Will is taking us behind the scenes of the elf moments that made his naughty and nice list. I love you, I love you, I love you!
It didn't dawn on me till the first wardrobe fitting that it'd actually be in it for the entire length of the movie.
Well, I thought he looked cute from the top to the knees. I think his calves need a little fuller workout to fill those tights.
The very first day of filming was in the Lincoln Tunnel. People really didn't look at me twice.
We were in New York. Nobody really cared.
Dad, hi! It's me!
They called me and said, we're sending you this script called Elf. And I said, no, you're not. You're not sending me a picture called Elf. Will, man, he ate tons of that stuff with M&Ms. Guy's mad.
It's nasty at first, but then it's an acquired taste.
Buddy, I think there's something I probably should tell you.
Will would be 8 or 9 feet in front of me. We had a small child in between, and Will was sitting on a board, and then the small child's feet you'd see them kicking.
Bye, guys.
Bye, buddy.
Bye, buddy. Take care.
I did the voices of all the animated characters. That was a lot of fun.
Bye, buddy.
I'm Mr. Narwhal, yeah.
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my pride? I mean, it was a scene that I was slightly hesitant about because I didn't know if it would come off as slightly weird.
It was so creepy, let me tell you. No, it was so sweet.
I was pleasantly surprised at how that all came together.
Could you imagine Jim Carrey as Buddy? He's who was originally eyed for the role. And the snowballs in this scene, it's CGI.
Will there ever be a time when there might be a sequel to Elf? And maybe we can get...
so happy you asked.
Oh, spill the tea.
We're ready. This is the backdoor sequel to Elf.
And they've asked me to play the elf.
While we hold out hope for that one, we can currently watch Will team up with Ryan Reynolds and Octavia Spencer in Spirited. Out now, it's Apple TV Plus's modern musical version of A Christmas Carol.
I'd never done a musical before, and I just thought it was such a different, creative reimagining of Christmas Carol in a way that I'd never heard before.
I think I'm more comfortable, as I've gotten older, I'm more comfortable sucking at stuff, you know? And I believe that you can't really be good at something unless you're willing to suck at it.
Early on, Will was like, I don't think we should do tap. And I was like, thank God Will said it, because I don't want to do tap. And then suddenly I was like, when we got there was all these tap choreographers, and I was like, Will fold it!
I said, I'm willing to try tap. I've tried it in the past, and I've never gotten it down.
But you get it now.
And he nailed it.
You have called Will one of your comedy icons. So what was it like getting to work alongside? I will keep it coming. But what was it like working alongside him? Because there is that saying, never meet your heroes.
It was disillusioning.
What?
You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who has contributed as much, rather, to the lexicon, the comedic lexicon as Will. I am obsessed with that stuff, but what I'm so more truly touched by is his humanity as a person. You're just getting like a real human person underneath all of that genius, and I love that.
I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet.
These two definitely had fun, from the first tease of them showing off their pipes to the final product.
People are one.
Lazy. We only care about ourselves.
But this is not the first time Ryan sings in a holiday movie.
I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky.
Yup, there he is wearing a fat suit in 2005's Just Friends high school flashback scene. The makeup process took 4 hours.
One time, a woman walked up to me on the street and asked me if Ryan Reynolds was inside. And I was like, you have no idea, my dear.
Ryan played a music exec who visits home for Christmas and tries to win back his high school crush, Amy Smart. Only problem is his A-list client, played by Anna Faris, keeps getting in the way.
He actually helped me get this role, so he's been amazing.
Anna actually beat out Paris Hilton for the part, one that was loosely based on, yep, Paris.
Oh, Chris Brander, I know who you are.
There we go.
Yeah, you slept with my assistant and never called her back.
Alanis Morissette played herself. She and Ryan were engaged in real life at the time, and would you believe Bradley Cooper almost played Chris Klein's character?
Ding dong. Dusty, hey, why?
Are you kidding, man? I love The Notebook.
What do you think of when you think of that movie?
Dusty Dinkelman.
Dusty Dinkelman?
Yeah. That comes back on at Christmas because people yell, Dinkelman! The dudes love it. They're, Dinkelman! Yeah, man! Dinkelman! Dinkelman! That was really fun. Amy's so great. Anna Faris, Ryan, everybody in that picture is just so funny.
Would you guys like to join us in a carol to celebrate the birth of our Lord?
You know who does love to sing a Christmas song?
Who?
This one right here.
Yes.
Come on.
I'll give you a fa-la-la-la-la all day.
Or a hard candy Christmas in a moment.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
Thank you, Dolly.
Let's talk Tim Allen now. Not only is he the voice of Buzz Lightyear, but the man is also Santa Claus.
He is indeed, and Tim's continuing St. Nick's story, jumping back into that signature Santa suit.
Who are you?
I'm Santa Claus.
When you first put the suit back on and you walked in, it was a real moment. What was it like for you inside?
I just came out of the makeup and I was a little hot and a little bothered and I was itching and I was going, totally forgot what this is like.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, but this time around, Santa's little helper is Tim's real-life daughter, Elizabeth.
Wow.
Dad! The 13-year-old made her acting debut in the Disney Plus series, The Santa Clauses. We were with the daddy-daughter duo on set as they interviewed each other for E.T.
What is the best part of having me on set with you? Careful with your words.
It was because you earned it. You earned a good part in a movie that has been dear to me and to fans for a long time.
You know, I don't say this enough, but being Santa has meant the world to me.
I wasn't born when the Santa Claus original movie premiered. What do you remember most about me watching it for the first time? I have this scenario in my head. It was not good.
You already answered the question. You looked at the screen, literally, and were like doing the double look at me and then looking up there. Didn't quite get this. And then eventually burst into tears. I remember I told you I'd been to the North Pole and spoken Santa Claus. That's how we knew all these secrets. It got very complex.
Of course, E.T. was on the set in 1994 when Tim put on that jolly red suit for the first of 3 installments of The Santa Claus.
Sure, when I get down there, the guy turns out to be a tailor.
The beloved holiday classic has become the 7th highest-grossing holiday movie of all time.
Does this look like a little weight to you?
The 2002 sequel is ranked as the number 8 highest-grossing holiday film in the U.S.
You do not want to see this in a Speedo.
And of course, E.T.'s cameras were there.
Just wanted to welcome E.T. to the toy shop.
You want a cookie, Santa?
Do I want a cookie? Yes. You get to eat cookies. This is one of the primary benefits of being Santa.
As for some behind-the-scenes secrets, this dance sequence was completely improvised and done in one take.
Where did that come from? I don't know.
And Tim told us why this mistletoe scene was actually kind of awkward to shoot.
We hardly knew each other, and I'm still like a comedian going, I got to actually kiss somebody other than my wife. I'm still kind of creeped out. I go, well, I don't really know you. And she goes, just go with it. And it was a real wonderful scene.
I know you could never imagine kissing anyone other than Yasmin Cater.
Ever. Ever, ever.
Are you two together?
Oh, no. Yeah? Well, yeah, we were, we are.
Smooth.
Justin Hartley giving us all the feels in his new Netflix movie, The Noel Diary, out now. But before that, ooh, you know he provided a little holiday entertainment for our favorite bad moms.
I don't want to make a huge deal about this, but I'm kind of dating one of these guys.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, which one?
Santa number 2.
E.T. was on set in Atlanta with Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, Katherine Hahn, and Susan Sarandon for Justin's Santa Striptease, which left little to the imagination.
What I didn't anticipate was that she was going to be vying for this gentleman's attention.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean,
in a very innocent way.
In a very innocent way.
It was like, hi, how are you? Good to meet you, Catherine. And legs go up, and here we go. Let's do this.
I've now seen a whole new side of him in this film.
This side.
Well, I've seen
And
that
this
side.
side.
I've seen a lot. I haven't seen as much as you see.
It's like, la, 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 la. That's not looking down. That's not. He was awesome. So game.
I'm gonna only do Christmas movies from here on out, I think.
The This Is Us actor tones it down just a bit for his current holiday movie, The Noel Diary, out now. The Netflix romance is based on the 2017 New York Times best-selling novel. Justin falls in love with Station 19's Barrett Doss while trying to reconnect with his father.
It's been over 30 years. Truth is, if I ever saw him, I wouldn't know what the hell to say to him.
Well, maybe if you're up for a drive, we could script a few lines.
Sort of at a crossroads and dealing with his past and how it relates to his future and his choices that he's made up to this point, how he's chosen to live his life. It was, checked every box, and yeah, it was exciting.
See, buddy, you're not a cotton-headed ninny-muggins. You're just special.
Fans of A Christmas Story will recognize that special elf. Not only did Peter Billingsley have a cameo in that movie, he also had one in 4 Christmases with longtime friend and producing partner Vince Vaughn.
Is there another airline that you're possibly affiliated with, like a sister airline that we could just transfer to?
No, I'm sorry. But cousin airline, do you have a cousin airline? How about like an airline that your airline's felt up before?
Yeah, in fact, Vince co-produced Ralphie's return in A Christmas Story Christmas, but can we go back to where it all began for Peter? 1983's A Christmas Story, about a kid with only one Christmas goal.
No, I want an official red undercover knife and 200 jet my rifle.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
We were kids, right? So when we go to Higbee's, for example, they've got a slide, and we're kids. Then you're not keeping us off that slide. And it started going down normally, then on your stomach, then backwards, then trying to flip off the end. They're like, enough. We didn't even eat lunch. We just stayed on the slide all day. It was so cool.
Ho, ho, ho.
Do a lot of people watch this show? Just no, tell me the truth.
A 12-year-old Peter took E.T. golfing back in 1984, just after the release of the original film. He actually beat out 8,000 other boys for the role of Ralphie, including Sean Astin and Will Wheaton.
A lot of the time I get letters from teenagers. They're teenage girls most of the time. And they just say, oh, I think you have cute cheeks or something,
Yep, everyone loved Ralphie and his imagination. His iconic scene was almost totally different.
Soap poisoning.
We had done it so many different ways. We had done it singing it, trying singing it. And, doing all of the lines, singing it.
How's your singing?
Terrible. I can't stand it.
The film saw moderate success at its release, but in 1997, TNT began airing it for 24 hours on Christmas Day before eventually moving to TBS, which led to the highest ratings in the network's history, making the movie a holiday tradition.
I remember the first status it got to was cult classic. Like, people would call it a cult classic. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, it's got a cult following. That's nice. Then it kind of permeated in the mainstream.
And thanks to that prolonged success, Peter's reprising his beloved role in A Christmas Story Christmas, out now on HBO Max.
It's definitely an exercise, I think, in restraint. You don't want the movie to be a bunch of callbacks or just to fall back on the original. It was really important to me to be its own story.
Set 33 years after the original, Ralphie returns home for the holidays after the death of his old man and tries to recreate his childhood Christmas magic for his kids.
My dad made this all look so easy.
That doesn't mean it was easy.
And Peter's not the only OG who makes a return.
I triple dog dare ya!
This was definitely a reunion of the kid cast, and it was a lot of fun to think, okay, what would Flick and Schwartz be like 30 years later? Scott Farkas comes back, Ralphie's little brother Randy. I think that's one of the things that makes the movie feel special and feels like you're right back in the world. These are all the same actors.
That sequel is streaming now on HBO Max. And over on Netflix, Lindsay Lohan has made her rom-com return.
Sometimes you can't rush things.
When they announced that you were doing this film, I mean, fans went nuts. You know, people were calling it the Lohanaissance. Did you feel that love, and did you anticipate that, you know, people missing you on our screen so much?
I definitely felt it, and it was so incredible to just see how excited people were to see me in a movie again. It put the pressure on for sure, so I was like, this better be great.
Glee's Cord Overstreet comes to Lindsay's rescue after a ski accident causes her to have amnesia. He's a local lodge owner who takes her in without knowing she's a newly engaged hotel heiress.
My name is...
So what are we supposed to do with her?
I have a place.
Does it have room service?
She's so great and like made it such a fun experience. It was just so much fun. Like it was probably the most fun I've had filming on anything.
I hadn't been on set in such a long time that I was so excited to be there. Like, I wasn't bothered, nothing could bother me. I was just in the happiest spirits, and then put Christmas on top of that. It was just a great environment.
In Falling for Christmas, streaming now, Lindsay gives a nod to her iconic Mean Girls role with a special rendition of Jingle Bell Rock. She originally pitched doing the same choreography, but stuck with just singing a few lines.
It's the right time.
How fun was it getting to sing that song again so many years after Mean Girls?
It was fun, but I was nervous.
Were you really?
I was. I felt the pressure of doing it in a way that people who had seen Mean Girls would like it the same. With Mean Girls, we had the dance behind it. This was just my voice. So it was nerve-wracking.
Okay, we leave you now with a holiday classic that continues to be recreated year after year, the Nutcracker.
Enjoy.
Good night, everybody.
The ballet premiered 130 years ago in St. Petersburg, Russia, but it didn't truly enchant audiences until the 1960s. Today, the story of Clara's magical adventure to the land of the Nutcracker Prince generates around 50 million in ticket sales annually. And you can enjoy its most recent interpretation starring Keira Knightley, Helen Mirren, and Morgan Freeman this holiday season right at home on Disney+.
Good luck, my brave girl.